to all the participants. I hope that all participants are safe and staying at home. Please take care of during this pandemic time. It is quite easy and very easy. We can overcome this pandemic. Please follow the government instructions. Myself, Dr. C.S. Srinivas, Principal of Vageshwari College of Engineering, Karimnagar. It located at 10 kilometers away from the Karimnagar town on Rajiv Rahadari Highway. We have good infrastructure. And ours is one of the leading educational institution in Karimnagar town. We import quality knowledge to the students. We offer UG programs in civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, electronics engineering, computer science engineering, and computer science, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. MTech programs in CSE and power electronics, CAD/CAM, VLS embedded system, MBA as well as MCA. We also offer diploma programs in civil engineering, electrical engineering, electronics engineering, and mechanical engineering. We have a good name in the town. It's a well-known institution in Karimnagar town, particularly quality of the education and standards. I thank all the participants for registering for today's webinar on IPR and patents. Let me introduce today's speakers. Dr. Rajesh Singh, Professor, Lovely Professional University, Punjab. Sir is having 16 years of experience. His areas of expertise includes embedded systems, robotics, wireless, sensors, networks, and Internet of Things. He is having 158 patents to his credit. It's a very great thing. He has published more than 100 research papers in reputed journals and 26 books in the area of embedded systems and IoT. In the publishing houses of CRC, Taylor & Francis, Narosas, GBS, IRP, NIPA, River Publishers, Bentham Science, and RM Publications. It's a great service. Have awesome to see your profile. Sir is editor to a special issue published by ASA book series Springer in 2017, 2018, IGA Global 2019. Under his membership, students have published and participated in competitions, including Innovative Design Challenge competition by Texas and DST, and the Laureate Award of Excellence in Robotics Engineering, Madrid, Spain in 2014 and 2015. Dr. Rajesh Singh team has been the winner of Smart India Hackathon 2019 hardware version conducted by MHRD, Government of India, for the problem statement of Mahindra & Mahindra. Under his mentorship, students team got IANS Award 2019, that is Indian Science Award 2019, and the students project program. Dr. Rajesh Singh has been awarded with Gandhian Young Technological Innovation Award as mentor on onboard diagnostic data analysis system, appreciated under cutting edge innovation. During Festival of Innovation and Entrepreneurship at Rashtrapati Bhavan India 2018. He has been honored with Certificate of Excellence from 3rd Faculty Branding Awards 2015, organized by EET CRC Research Wing for Excellence in Professional Education and Industry for the category Award of Excellence in Research 2015, and the Young Investigator Award at the International Conference on Science and Information in 2012. It's really great, sir, to be sharing with us today webinar. Let me also introduce Dr. Anita Gohlet. She is an associate professor in Lovely Professional University, having of experience more than 2 years. Our area of expertise includes embedded systems, wireless sensor networks, and IoT. She has 147 patents to her credit. She has published more than 70 research papers in referred journals and conferences, 26 books in the area of embedded systems and IoT, with reputed publishers such as CRC, Taylor & Francis, Narosa, GBS, IRP, NIPA, River Publishers, Bentham Science, and RI Publication. Dr. Anita Gohlet has been awarded with Certificate of Appreciation from University of Petroleum and Energy Studies for her exemplary work. Under her mentorship, students team got Indian Science Award 2019 under Students Project Program. She has been awarded the Technological Innovation Award as mentor to onboard diagnostic data analysis systems, appreciated under cutting edge innovation during Festival of Innovation and Entrepreneurship at Rashtrapati Bhavan in 2018. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for coming forward to share your knowledge with all the participants, those who have joined from all over India. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you. With these few words, I would like to continue the session by Dr. Rajesh Singh and Anita Gohlet.
Thank you so much, sir, for this nice introduction. I'm Dr. Anita Gehlot. Arun, can we start?
Yes, ma'am. Just one small thing I would like to say. We have got a fantastic response, ma'am. We have participants from 23 states of India and also from the foreign countries like Kuwait, Oman, Ethiopia, and some other countries also joined. And thank you very much.
That's great. That's great.
For accepting, madam. Can we start now?
Okay, so let's start.
Yes.
So I will start with the very basic. Arun, my screen is visible to you?
Yes, ma'am. You just started sharing. Is it a PPT, ma'am?
Yeah, it's
yes, ma'am. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Okay. Today we are going to discuss a very interesting topic. I feel it's really interesting for all of us to know about the intellectual property rights and how it can be done. So Arun, I think this much huge people are attending. That's why, because it is so interesting, and nowadays academicians also very much aware about it, and all of us need much inputs to start with, how we can start and how we can do the patents. As academician, how can we proceed? As industry, how they can proceed? So I think this is the reason you are getting that much good feedback from the faculty, and I think participants are all from colleges or industry from also. Arun, do we have any industrialist also?
Most of them from academicians, ma'am, in academic institutes, research scholars. One big
Okay.
motivation for people to join is your profiles, ma'am. Rajesh sir profile and your
Oh,
profile.
that's great.
That's also
Thank you
motivated
so
me.
much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So without wasting the time, I just want to start with the intellectual property and how we can proceed. So my colleague, Dr. Rajesh Singh's introduction has been already given by principal so nicely. So I'm thankful to him. So outline of the presentation is we will discuss about the intellectual property. Then we will go for the intellectual property rights, need of IP protection and promotion. Then we will discuss about some international organizations which are working on the field of patenting at international level like WTO, EPO, WIPO. And then we will discuss how in India, what is the strategy in India and which kind of things are there under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry in India. And the last, we will discuss as academician how we can proceed, what is the roadmap, and how as academician me and Rajesh sir come up with this much number of the patents. It is not only us which who can do that. It can be done by any of us. And yes, we always focus on the teamwork. It is not individual work to get the innovation done or to get the product in the market. It is a team always when some people from different branches of different domains come together and sit together and then discuss about the things. So we will discuss all these things stepwise. So let me start with intellectual property. So very interesting, intellectual property. So can anybody share view in chat box or can open the mic? What do you think? What is intellectual property? What, how it can be defined?
Participant can type in the chat box. Just to
Yes.
avoid noise, they are unable to mute themselves, madam.
Yeah, that is okay. We can
Yeah.
start from there only.
Yeah.
So Arun, can you read it for me, because in my screen
Yes,
it is
yes,
only
I will take care, ma'am. Once I get the responses, I keep reading them. All the
yeah.
participants, please type whatever comes to your mind when intellectual property. What do you mean by intellectual property?
So it is not my question. Actually, I want to interact with all so
Yeah.
that we come to a platform where we can discuss, because we all at the same platform, we all are academician. And as academician, we never thought of focusing on putting all our ideas. We always discuss all the things and then come to a conclusion. This is my preference always.
Some answers
That's
are
why.
coming, madam. IP
Yeah.
is a creativity of mind. It's a human creativity, ownership of ideas, creation of mind. IP is anything which is unique, innovation, productive idea. It's a knowledge property. It's the idea of a mind, creations of music arts, design, idea. Uh, Other cannot copy, ownership of design, creativity, new innovative idea, one kind of recognition of our idea, creation of mind. So many other answers are coming up. Legal rights granted with the aim of the project, designs, creativity, design and creativity of the mind. Intellectual property refers to the creation of the mind, such as inventions, library. Rajesh sir, can you hear me? Dr. Rajesh sir.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, Arun, it was the network problem, I think.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
I'm sharing the screen. I'm using Rajesh's laptop.
Okay, madam. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, so we were discussing about the intellectual property. So intellectual property is simply creation of mind. It is something which produced by the human brain and which has commercial value. Commercial value means it can be sent to some industry to come up with some products and which should have some social responsibility on us. So this is basically what is the definition. Broadly, we can say it is of two types: industrial intellectual property and copyright. So whenever we are saying industrial intellectual property, it comes up in different small kind of the concepts like patents, designs, trademarks, geographical indications. We will discuss all these kind of industrial intellectual property one by one in the later on stages. So now question is, if IP is some creation of the mind, then what is intellectual property rights, right? So there is very slight difference between these two.
So,
Intellectual
sorry to
property,
interrupt, ma'am. Sorry to interrupt.
yes,
Can
yeah.
you make it full screen mode, madam?
Actually, when I make it in full screen, then there comes problem. I could not see anything else.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, then continue, ma'am.
Okay, I will try. Okay, so is it okay, Arun, now?
Yes, ma'am. Perfect.
Correct. So intellectual property right basically allows to take benefit from the work by owner of the patent. Like if I have some idea, right, and I share that idea without intellectual property right, that uh, may happen. Somebody else steal that idea from us and commercialize it before we do. So this is basically to protect the rights of the idea holder, the rights of the owner of that patent. We should go for the intellectual property rights. So intellectual property rights are basically providing the protection of moral and material results from the authorship. That is very important. So we will talk about different kind of the IPRs today. So for that, we should have very clear difference between IP and IPR. So IP is basically what? Whatever invention we are doing, that is your intellectual property. That is the creation of your mind, right? But registration of that IP with authorities, with the concerned authorities, intellectual property rights, right? When some secret production we are doing, that is simply intellectual property without having any trademark secret. But wherever the right trade secret comes to you, then it is coming under some kind of representation is going on, some design is going on, but it is not registered, then it is only comes to IP. But when registration of that design has been done, that comes under IPR. So I think now it's clear. There is small difference what is IP and what is IPR. IP is simply your intellectual property, that is creation of mind, and IPR is rights to have that concept with you only, right, to have authorship of that concept. Now before we go further, I just want to share some very basic history of patent. Have you heard about X patent? X patent is basically issued by the United States. What happened? First patent was done in 1790, and from 1790 to 1836, there was a patent list. Even your diesel engines, your lock, house lock comes during this period only. But what happens during some fire at the office, all these data vanished. They don't have the exact numbers of that particular duration patents. So we call it as X patents. So very limited numbers we could recognize. According to the database, around 10,000 patents were there, but US only can recognize around 2,000 after that fire. So we say this particular duration we call as X patent, because we don't know exactly which number was that and which kind of things were going on during that particular duration. After that, the first patent was granted, that was in 1970, to Samuel Hopkins of US that was making of potash and pearl ash by a new apparatus and process. That was a small history just to tell you which kind of things can be patented. It is not always a big thing or big product or big kind of apparatus that can be a patent, but very small idea which can change your life, that can be a patent. Very simple example I just want to tell you, like your pen. You are having pen, TikTok pens. So if you have a pen with cap can be uh, misplaced anywhere, but TikTok pen don't have any cap. So that is a change in the change in small kind of the thing, and it is a patent just to change the design of that particular apparatus. Also, there are different kind of examples are surrounding us, like fans. uh, Nowadays you have remote controls of fan regulator. That is small change in the technology. So very small kind of the idea can change, and that can be patented. So we always focus on the technology which can ease the life at very low cost. These are two very simple kind of pathways. We need to reduce the cost of the device and enhance the usability, enhance the easyability of that device. Ease of the ease in the life is the requirement of nowadays. So these two things if we can think about, then we can come with some kind of the product which can have a commercial value in the market. So very broadly, if we say intellectual property acts, so we will not go very in the very detail of the acts. We will just go for different functions and the roles. But we should know there are different kind of the acts. It comes under legal process. Your patenting is basically a legal process which has a different stages. So we will discuss all these stages. So major types of IP comes functional and technical inventions. It comes under Act 1970 with the amendment in 1999 and 2005. Then we have purely artistic work. Artistic work means your music, your pictures, your artwork, all these come under purely artistic work. Then it comes under Copyright Act of 1957, embedded in 1982 and until 1999. Then we have different type, that is symbols, logos, sound, color, design, all this comes under Trademark Act, which has amendment in latest by 2000. So very broadly, if we say different types of IPR are patents, copyright, integrated circuits, trademarks, trade secrets, geographical indication, and industrial design. That means it is not only patent which is IPR. There are different methods and different types of IPR which covers different subjects, because we are not from all are not from engineering background, all are not from the artistic background. So according to your field of expertise, you can file IPR in different modes. So very basic, which all of us know, that is patent, which is embedded in 2006 latest, and it comes under industrial applications. That is your chemicals, your drugs, your scientific equipments, your small devices. Like I was talking about that remote control of fan, RF based, and you can see your TV remote controls. Initially it was IR based, then technology changed. Nowadays RF based remote controls are available in the market. So by changing small communication media, you can have a patent also. So that means some which makes some ease in your life. So that comes under patent if you are coming up with some device and the equipment. Copyright is your original work of authorship. For example, you're writing some books, you're writing the papers. Basically what you are doing, you are filling the copyright form. That means you're transferring your ownership to the publisher. That is basically we are doing when we are signing some copyright form. What does it mean? It means we have the ownership of that particular work, which is in the form of paper or which is in the form of book, and then we are transferring that copyright to the publisher to use that work for commercialization. That is basically copyright. even your printing, your entertainment softwares, your music, all the musicians are having copyrights of that particular music. Now comes integrated circuits. Integrated circuits are basically original layout designs that comes under microelectronic industries, which is basically come up with some original layout or the PCB designs that comes under integrated circuits. Then we have trademarks. Trademarks are basically signs and symbols, like logos of industry. If you can see over here, this is logo of Lovely Professional University. That is basically comes under trademark. This is trademark of Lovely Professional University. So that is basically sign or symbol which defines logo of some industry or some organization, that comes under trademarks. Then we have trade secrets. Trade secrets come under some business information or the combination of the ingredients, like the process of making Coca-Cola and process of making Pepsi. Both are cold drinks, but the taste is different because the combination of the ingredients are different. That's come under your trade secret. So that also can be IPR. Your trade secret can be IPR. Then you have geographical indication. Like when you have something very different from the origin of that particular good, like wine, and some kind of products like Kashmiri shawl are famous. So it is from Kashmir. So basically it is geographical indication of that particular product from where it is coming. Kashmiri apples. Kashmiri apples are also geographical indications. Then we have industrial designs like your ornaments, your jewelry, your clothing, your fashion designing. All these come under industrial designs. So all these IPR patterns covers all the things which can you think of, which we can do as a academician or as a layman. Also layman can file a patent. That depends upon how creative a layman is. So patent can be done by anyone. So now question is, what is the need of the IP protection and the promotion? Why we should go for the IPR? Because intellectual property is my own property, but we need IPR, that is intellectual property rights to use that intellectual property as a commercial value. So this is very simple. This protects your legal kind of acceptance. The legal protection of new creations come with the IPR. It helps in economic growth and creates new jobs in the industries. Because when somebody comes with new idea, then your new jobs creates and industries evaluate accordingly. So your legal monopoly on the creation also comes with the IPR. Because if I say this particular device I have created, but I don't have IPR for that, and somebody else file the IPR for that, then that particular device will belong to that person. I can't claim that this device was created by me. So to have the ownership of that particular device or the idea, we should go for the IPR. There are different acts which protect IPR. There are international and national acts also. We are not going for those acts because these are legal process and lawyers are there. We always, me and Rajesh sir always focus to go with some legal advice, like we should go for some patent attorneys because they have some legal kind of features with them, and they can assist legally how you should process and how international can be processed and how the examination can be done for that particular device. So if we see organization worldwide, so because it is not only India which is filing the patent, as international, because we are the part of a very big world. So we have a lot of countries. So how one should know this particular idea is patentable in my country only, or it can be patentable in other country? Like some ideas are with US. So how it can be done, or how it can be known to me? So this particular idea or this particular device belongs to which country? So for that purpose, international organizations are there which support us to go for the international patenting and to check the availability and the feasibility of that device at the international level. So there are broadly 3 different organizations which is basically having the protection of the IPR internationally. That is, WIPO is very famous, that is World Intellectual Property Organization. Then we have European Patent Organization, that is EPO, and WTO, that is World Trade Organization. So these 3 organizations basically take care about our patents and the business related to that patent. So let's talk about one by one what is WTO, what is WIPO, and what is EPO. So that we understand what can be the process. So WTO is World Trade Organization, officially commenced in 1995. It is global international organization dealing with the rules trade between the nation. Means how business can be done, how trading can be done between two countries, how the agreements can be done, negotiation. Like if some product is coming from US to India, what can be the price of that particular product, negotiation on that particular product, then agreements between 2 countries, and then if some kind of flaws come, then how the settlement can be done. All these comes under WTO. So total member in worldwide we have 164 in WTO, and observer governments are 23 in WTO. So functions are very clear: to provide a forum for the negotiation in the countries. So different countries are there. They can negotiate on that particular product. They can have some settlement on the dispute, if any. So all the dispute settlement, all the agreements, all the cooperative organizations comes under WTO. So whenever you want to do some business out of your country, then you should go with WTO, that is World Trade Organization. Then we have European Patent Organization, that is for European countries, that was established in 1977. So it is having 2 bodies. One is European Patent Office and one is Administrative Council. So European Patent Office is the executive arm of a European Patent Organization, and total 44 countries come under this EPO, and basically Administrative Council is basically supervising the office of European patents. The functions are very clear. It is the branch of Europe, so responsible for examining the European patent applications. Also, it can have some decision on political leadership. Also, if some patent protection from some outside country we need in European country, then we will go for EPO. That is basic function of EPO. The next is WIPO, that is World Intellectual Property Organization. It was established in 1967, and also the function and the role is very simple and very obvious. And internationally, if 2 countries or more than 2 countries, I want to apply the patent. Like I want to apply the patent as a inventor. I want to apply patent in US. I want to apply patent in Switzerland also. So how I can do that? There should be some organization which provide us the platform. Because if I will go for individual countries and then apply for the patent, it will take a lot of time and lot of money involvement. So WIPO is doing what? It is providing the platform where you can file the application for different countries at a single platform. That means if I want to apply for US patent, I want to apply for China patent at the same time, then I will go for the WIPO, that is World Intellectual Property Organization. It is having total 191 members, and India is one of the member, and headquarters is in Switzerland. So I've discussed it. Then we have PCT. So now what is PCT role in the World Intellectual Property Organization? It is basically administration of your World Intellectual Property Organization. It is international treaty which provides a system for filing a patent application to obtain the single patent from the multiple countries. If I want to apply a patent for my design for the fan, then I can apply the same patent application in multiple countries around the world with a single application. So that can be done with the help of WIPO and PCT. PCT and WIPO combiningly working, and without PCT, one would have to file the patent separately in each country, in separate country independently. That would take more time. So just look at this slide. This is the process for the international patent application. We will also discuss the Indian patent application, but I just wanted to know about the international level, how we can process. So very simple, international application is filed through PCT. Then your regional and on through the Indian Patent Authority only. I will submit my application to Indian Patent Attorney, mentioning that I want to go for PCT, and under PCT, in which countries I want to file my patent, that I need to mention over there. So that application I will submit to the regional or national patent attorneys. Then it will be transmitted to WIPO through different authorities, depending upon which kind of IPR I want to file. It is patent, it is a geographical indication, is it a trademark, anything. So it will go through proper channel to the WIPO. And then WIPO, with the help of PCT, will search for the applicant request. That means basically what is done, whenever we are filing some patent, we are giving some application for the patent, a general search is done with the patent office for finding out the feasibility and finding out the novelty of that particular application. Because without novelty, you can't go for the patent. So that searchability is done with the help of very good softwares with the authorities, and they search, and then they find out, is there any other device which is related to that particular application? If some kind of devices are available, some nearby applications are available, then they will go, they will search for it, and they will send you back, these are the relatable devices, and then we have to submit the comparison of those devices with our invention. So this is the process. So this is done with the help of some attorneys, some authorities, that is at the level of WIPO. Then it is communicated to the designated offices nation-wise, means it will go to different nations. Like I want to file my patent to US, I want to file my patent to China, I want to file my patent to Switzerland, then this different patent applications will go with all these countries, and at country level, whatever time that country will take, that is separate issue. But till going to that particular country, it takes 0 to 30 months. Then after that, each country is having their own process to file the patent. The application will go for that particular process. So this is how your international patent can be done. So that was all about the international process. So now the question is how the patent, if patent application comes to a national level. So this all process is done only if you want an international patent. But if you want only a national patent, then we will go for the national IP strategy. That comes under individual country. If I am in India, then we have Indian national IP strategy. So different policies are there, the different implementation, creations, protections, different acts are there to protect your IP. So every nation is having different IPRs and different IP acts. So as an Indian, we have different IP acts. So different elements of your national IP comes under identification of your cluster. Means these are the elements of your strategy as a India, as a nation, how your ministry will promote the patent, will promote the national intellectual property. So these are the steps. One thing I want to clear over here, if you have a patent with you, that only lasts with you up to 20 years. After 20 years, it will be open to the market and anyone can use it and commercialize it. The IPR gives you the rights for 20 years for the patents in India, I'm talking about. And the copyright comes with you for 50 years only. After 50 years, then it comes to the open market and anybody can use it without your permission. Similarly for the patents after 20 years. So in India, we have Ministry of Commerce and Industry, which looks after all this process of filing the patent, of applying the examination, everything. So we have different offices for the different purpose. We have patent office at 4 places region wise in India. We have in Kolkata, Mumbai, Delhi and Chennai. Then we have trademark registry in Kolkata, Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai and Ahmedabad. We have only one geographical indication registry in Chennai. Then we have patent information system. These are different systems from where you can collect the search of the patents. Then we have copyright office only in Delhi. So these are the offices we can approach and we can file our patent application. Any of these. It's not like if I am residing in Punjab, then I should go for Delhi. No, I can go for Mumbai and I can go for Kolkata also. That depends upon the feasibility and the reachability of the applicant. If I am comfortable in filing my patent in Chennai, then I can go for that. It is open. So there are different departments. I think time is very less, but we have very huge data with us to share. So this is the flow, how in India patent is done. So basically you file the application, then examination is done of your application based on the search. Based on the previous devices or the previous kind of patents done in a similar manner. So if search is done, if it is okay, then publication of that particular idea will be done. So we will also show in India which are the websites from where you can see the gadgets. Then we have request for the examination. Then examination is done. Now when examination is done by the authorities, some question may rise. They will ask you about some reasons. They may refuse your application. So there can be some opinion or the amendment in your application. So opinion may be decision of grant. It may be rejection. If it is grant, that is okay. You want the grant of that patent so that you can commercialize that idea. But if it is refusal, then what should we do? If you think the patent idea is novel, but it is refused by examiner, then doesn't mean that it ends over here. It means you can file the appeal to Director of Patent. Then also decision can be a grant of patent or it can be refusal. If still you say, no, this is patentable and it is the wrong decision, you go for the appeal to Director General of the examination. Then final refusal if done, then you can go for the court appeals. Up to Supreme Court you can go. If you feel your patent is, your idea is patentable and it is not done by the authorities. And finally, if it is granted, then you will get the release of the certificate with you. So that is the final outcome of your application. So your national intellectual property right policies comes under all these nowadays going on: Creative India, Innovative India, Make in India, Atal Innovation Mission, Startup India. These all are the strategic part of intellectual property of India. So basically, why all these missions are there? So that they can promote, we can promote the intellectual properties in India nationwide. So I think there are all many lot of things. So, but we have limited time. I don't know how much time we left.
Ma'am, we can continue for 15 more minutes, and we may extend 5 more, 10 minutes also. 4, 5, 4, 10 is also okay.
Okay, I will compile, means I will summarize now and I will hand over to Rajesh sir, because he has very much good inputs for you people as academician, how you can go for and how you can process for the patenting. So I think I will give you some examples of all these types. IPR types are patent, trademark, copyright, plant breedings, utility model, geographical indication, trade secrets. I will give you some examples and then I will hand over to Rajesh, sir. So for trademark, very simple examples. These are the what? These are the logos of different companies. These come under your trademark. Then we have geographical indication that comes like you have a grapes, wine, so that can come under geographical indication. Then industrial designs, under this we can have car design, you can have a camera design, you can have a laptop design, your mobile phone designs, that comes under industrial design. Then we have patent. Patent can be anything which can ease your life or which can make change. Like a very simple, you can see over here, this lock on the can. This is also patent. Means this is a simple mechanism of opening a can, but this is also a patent. So as a academician, our contribution since 2014, we have done till now 158 patents. So I always prefer some key points for go for it. I will discuss it and then I will hand over to Rajesh. See, from our point of view, there are very simple and basic requirements of intellectual property that we should have vision. What should we do as an academician? We should set our goals, then research strategy, how we will achieve those goals. Innovation obviously is a key word. Innovation, without innovative mind, you can't go for IP. Then the overall growth, how can it be done? With teamwork. So we always focus on the teamwork. So as a team, how we can proceed and how your innovation can be converted into the intellectual property right and then comes to the market. Then now I hand over to Rajesh. Thank you, Arun.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Hello.
Very good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, Arun, how are you?
Sir, I'm good, sir. Thank you so much for giving your time, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much for inviting us. Yeah, actually, from my side, actually, what exactly the roadmap for the academicians? Actually, whenever as a faculty member, if students suppose are not studying or not properly behaving, then the whole pressure come on the shoulder of faculty members. Okay. So as a academician, I know the things or the pressure from the side of management. You have to do something, some projects, some good projects, some innovative projects for our students. And then through this group of students and teachers, we go for the filing the intellectual property, and just later on, after producing the prototype of that device, just settle down with some industry and pitch your idea or your invention to those, and later on that industry will commercialize that product to hit to the particular customers. Okay, I think a lot of pressure on as an academician. So I think according to me, there are some my viewpoint regarding the innovations or taking care of your ideas. Then prior to conduct anything, actually the academician having one responsibility: conduct good seminars, workshops, or good means you can say seminar kind of good lectures related to innovative ideas to the students. But prior to face any group of student or conduct something for the student, I think my personal suggestion to all the academicians: you first try to make your own team first, because when you are just going for fabricating the product or trying to implement some idea, and later on just putting some innovative things or embedding some innovative things with that your idea, then first try to make your team. Team means if suppose I am from the electronic side, I have a good idea of how to design the PCB, how to play with the basic components of the of that particular system. I know I am good with all these things. I have good with the simulating the real hardware in virtual environment, and I have some good with communicating the MATLAB with our prototype, uh, creating graphical user interface using Scilab, or interacting your hardware, physical hardware with any graphical user interface. So I have all these, but if I'm talking about product or making prototype, I think design is the one deal where we have to think, means how we are going to pack our device. What kind of, if there is a requirement of mechanical people intervention with your circuit or your prototype, then kindly first try to embed those mechanical guys or mechanical faculty member with yourself, and then try to specific with the application. Suppose if you are just doing something with agriculture side, then take one faculty member or one expert from the agriculture side, because we don't know the actual depth of that area. Like suppose I am doing something with agriculture, I don't know the property of the soil, but we are planning to design a device which is able to measure the soil properties, but I don't know what is the characteristics of the soil. Soil characteristics changes after 40 kilometers. I don't know. But when some wonderful expertise from the side of that agriculture, then I can hit my area very properly. Because most of the pitching of your invention in front of the industry or in front of the advisory committee of any competition, at that time they are asking, first thing is, what about your team? Means if your team having 6 members, then they are asking what exactly you guys having, from which domain, which expertise you have. If you all guys or all members from electronics background, so then there is a question mark if you are fighting for agriculture application. I know by googling or by searching things on internet, so I think it's fine, you just go and read the top level things, but depth is needed in that case. Like I want to develop some application for forensic use, but I don't know the ABCD of forensic science. Then how, by reading 2-3 months or 2-3 days to 2-3 months regarding forensic, I can't make myself comfortable to present or pitch my idea and my invention in front of the panelist. So I think when you want to go for any application, please take care of your domain or involve with you some external domain people. Like suppose I want to realize something on biotechnology. So I don't have, I'm electronics guy. I have a perfect idea. We can participate or design some device for biotechnological application or for those their use. But the question is the lack of the knowledge in the field of biotechnology. So I think more like civil engineering, I want to do something in constructions. Like in case of Arun is making some device for civil engineering application. So I think taking viewpoint of civil engineer, those having the expertise in the constructions, add that persons in your means area to take the actual suggestions, which is not easily grasped by us by reading 3-4 days or 3 months. Okay, so now same thing for, suppose I am going to design something for water resources and its management, then I think we have to take care of or involve some guys from water management side, water resources side, what exactly the condition nowadays, how power or water supply is going on, what is the process, what are the those pump where the controlling take place. So please take the help from those domain experts. Suppose we are going, we are trying to design something on wearable technology, wearable device. If I don't know the actuality of the body pulses, the inner means sensing mechanism, we can't go for those kind of products. So kindly first try to make your team. Suggestion from my side, suppose as an electronics engineer, make yourself first competent enough to design a device. Like design a control circuit for your invention. So what is the prerequisite? What we should aware, we should learn as a academician first prior to face a student. So from my side, suppose you should have a good hand with the Proteus software. Okay, it is one wonderful virtual environment where you can create your real hardware. Okay, so Proteus is the one tool. You just make your expertise. You can do anything which you think inside the Proteus. So please make your hand in the Proteus. Another parallel software like nowadays, Fritzing is there. It is open source. Okay, Fritzing, you can go for Fritzing either for PCB designing. Make your hand with one PCB design software, which is like Tina is one, CAD is another way of doing the or design the PCB. Then yes, later on, try to check your knowledge or try to enhance your knowledge with the basic components. What are exactly the behavior of the passive elements? Okay, as an electronics engineer, I am telling. Later on, I'll tell you the what is the necessity or requirement of the, as a mechanical engineer to collaborate. What is the requirement to collaborate with the computer science engineer? What is the requirement to collaborate with the domain wise, which I have already told you. Domain wise expertise is required if you are going to design product in a particular domain or field. Okay, so basic components like as an electronics engineer, you should be aware about the RLC components. Very important: resistor, inductor, and capacitor, because the transient response. We have studied many things in network analysis and synthesis, but the important thing is what the exact practical behavior of RLC element. Then try to make yourself good with the 555 timer, because you know 555 timer, most of the application which we are driving through microcontroller. Suppose one sensor and I want to trigger one actuator. Then if you want to read only one sensor, which is analog or digital, and trigger one appliance or any actuator, then I think no need to waste the power of microcontroller by writing the code and just making the programmer for that microcontroller understand the lot of process. Okay, so first try to understand the 555 timer. Very depth free running mode, either multi-stable or means monostable, or either by combining two together like 555 timer, two together for making bistable multi-vibrator. Okay, then go ahead, then try to just embed some knowledge of Arduino, Raspberry Pi, these kind of things. So as an electronics engineer, kindly make your hand first with the any one of the software. If you are not comfortable to learn, you have a wonderful basic knowledge, wonderful practical exposure of hardware elements, then try to make your bonding with the other guys. Those are in the field of microcontroller. No need to learn everything by your own, because you can't develop whole product as per the industry standard as an individual. So you should make first team as an academician. Suppose in, I think most of the university or colleges having mechanical engineering department, computer science engineering department, electronics department. So I think the 3 department is sufficient to develop any product. And last but not least, product design. Nowadays, few university like our university, lovely professional university, having a facility of product design guys. They have the wonderful thought or thinking regarding the design of outer aesthetic of that device. What exactly your device look after fabricating or packing whole your control circuitry inside it. So those are very perfect, designing the outer aesthetic of your product. That is one important part. But if you have one good guys from mechanical side, so I think they are fantastic with the mechanical design. So as a mechanical, if you want to just collaborate with the mechanical guys as a product development, so please take care of few softwares. Like your mechanical academician should be good with either one of the software like Fusion 360, Autodesk, CATIA, SolidWorks, ANSYS. Any one of these software is fine for designing the outer aesthetic of your device. Okay, so search out the accurate academician among your university where you just hit and just collaborate. And then computer science. Then first try to find out the what exactly your innovation wants. Would you like to develop some kind of Android application for your product? Your product is, or your device hardware is just want to show some data on the Android, then try to find out the guys those expert with the Android platform. It is one different world. Then if you want some web designing kind of thing, then find out the first the good academician from computer science in web designing. The another nowadays very popular, the UI and UX. Okay, your software outer look, and what is the strategy of your software to internally communicate with the another applications or APIs. Okay, that is called outer aesthetic. UI and UX is the internal communication part. The UI UX, if anybody knows as a faculty member, so I think the golden opportunity to win the world. Okay, and then if your device wants some kind of data interpretations or some kind of data science knowledge is required, then collaborate with the academician having the wonderful knowledge of the machine learning algorithm or either deep learning algorithm if your project wants. The three things, electronics, mechanical and computer science, the three branches, three academicians together, either three or more than three. Someone is good with the Android app, or if your application want web designing as well, then please try to add one more faculty member. So first try to make a group of 4, 5, 6 members, and together when you feel if we together hit a particular invention or product, then try to go or conduct some kind of workshops, some kind of good concepts to your students. Okay, so now roadmap for the academician after building this kind of teams, multidisciplinary teams, then try to train your student. Okay, then training for the student again, student team should have interdisciplinary skills, means take few guys if needed from mechanical side, same like the pattern which we have followed for academician, same pattern team formulation is required for conducting the workshops for the student. Then conduct some kind of professional software training classes. Suppose if someone is good with, some academician is good with the Proteus, then conduct some classes for Proteus software. Okay, if someone is good for Fusion 360, conduct that for student as well. Then conduct few brainstorming session which is related to the societal problems and their solutions, and then identify the feasible solution by searching the appropriate background of your invention. Once you do that, then later on the group of interdisciplinary guys make a team and try to hit particular prototype. Then define the team and assign those guys to particular academician having the expertise. Suppose electronics guys, control circuitry, fabricating by two guys, then electronics knowledgeable faculty member academician give the guidelines to those guys how we are going to pursue. First virtual hardware simulations, then go for the component purchase, then PCB design, try to embed that, and same time try to make the outer aesthetic of your device. Give the academician, those from the mechanical having wonderful experience with the software, and give some kind of guideline to the mechanical guys to please prepare this kind of, or either give them a chance to design the outer aesthetic of the device. Okay, when you just do all the things and finally you packed it, then try to, yes, file your application, patent application, and then hit the process for patent grant. Then we have a few products with us. Okay, already we have developed a few products. Okay, early organization when I was there, we have designed one device which is finally final prototype. By this way we can just means collaboration with the industry to for the mass production. And this device is what basically you just place this device on dashboard of your car, and this device will tell you the health of your car. As you aware, when as a driver I'm sitting, or as a owner I'm sitting inside the car, the few things is very important. What is the coolant level of my radiator of my car? Very dangerous things. If sometimes due to excessive speed, or sometime some your some due to any reason suppose some leakage take place, if your coolant level go down as per the defined or assigned level by the manufacturer, then this kind of due to this, maybe your engine will get heat and just maybe burn. Okay, take care of this. Means this device is capable to tell you the status of your coolant, then your engine oil. The display screen which is on the dashboard will tell you the story of that. Either your car, only 4 parameter we have displayed, but the total OBDAs, every car having that facility, OBDAs code, where you just put your sensors and just record your data. 200 parameters you can record at a time. But as a user or as a owner of my car, I don't want those 400 parameters. Suppose some sensor failure, which is not critical sensor, suppose. Okay, so I think no worry, too much worry about it. But the coolant label, the engine oil label should be appropriate. So 4 things is very important for your car. So we have designed this and won also one prize from the Rashtrapati Bhavan. And the another device we have already discussed in the last webinar, those who have attended that one. So I think e-Parirakshak is the one device which we have developed for long range radios help. Actually, nowadays, early solution was based on the Zigbee protocol. Or as you are aware, your Zigbee having a very less distance communication capability, like 100 to 1 kilometers range. Okay, but LoRa nowadays is the protocol through which we can communicate up to 10 kilometers. Okay, so we have designed by our own customized tools. We have designed the logical. Yes, this is the hardware where microcontroller and the LoRa modules is there, capable to sense the important parameter of the agriculture land. If I want to measure the land of 1 acre, then we have to deploy this type of many nodes inside the field. And later on, they all nodes are communicating the critical like soil contents, soil moisture level. Okay, they communicate to a local server, and local server is made up through the LoRa modems again. And later on, that LoRa modems having a facility in that board, local server, to connect it with the internet. Okay, e-Parirakshak is the one wonderful device for the agriculture uses. We have deployed in a 1 acre land and just tested it, and this is all also published in the media. Okay, the another device which is fabricated by us for our student, university student, because as you're aware, our university having I think 40,000 students studying inside. So we have designed a device, okay, dedicated device for realizing the Internet of Things application. This is customized board design by the group of the student. Okay, this is having a microcontroller capability to read 6 analog, 14 digital. It's same like Arduino, and one on board. Okay, ESP8266 to communicate with the cloud. So 2 versions are there. One is based on GSM, another based on ESP8266. By 2 ways, my board is capable to communicate with the cloud server, and cloud is also, server is also designed by us. The name is IoT Siddharth. So you can check, this board is available with us inside the university. I think few students are using this board for realizing the Internet of Things applications. We have developed the various type of the boards. One is the lesser analog input, analog or digital sensors, and 1 through 2560 at mega, having a capability of 54 digital sensors, 16 analog sensors. So as per the requirement, student can purchase and use our own cloud. Okay, the another is the one Talide. It is what basically tracking audience admiration and level of involvement to drive emotions. Again, the device having a capability to record the speech of the speaker, and or as well as the dBs, decibel of the audience, and together will record, hit it to the cloud. And inside the cloud, we are putting one algorithm which is just embedding these 2 features. One is the dB level, another is your voice or speaker voice, and tell us the important speech or words told by the speaker. Okay, the already told in that we won this Mahindra and Mahindra SIH one problem statement, and this is one wonderful hardware device. Okay, through which we have sampled the soil of agricultural land using add-on mobile arm on the Mahindra tractor. This is tested on the live Mahindra tractor, and it is fantastic working, and it is just patented with two parties, one the guys from the LPU and the Mahindra Industries, and this is the partnership of 50-50%. So I think as a add-on device for monitoring the soil, Mahindra soon launch the that device with as a add-on with their tractor. Okay, then the one Teddy, talking Teddy, it is same like Alexa and Google Assistant, which is available nowadays in the market. Okay, but the process of developing it is we have just used some different platform, and this device having a capability to entertain the customers. Okay, suppose if you are putting this device inside the home, then this is able to entertain you, as well as it is always its head always in the mobile direction when it get the some object in around, and then correspondingly they stay towards that side and ask or listen your queries and just respond on that particular. Okay, and also this device is capable to tell you the uh, the room parameters like your temperature of the room, humidity of the room. If you are asking from your Google Assistant, then Google Assistant check the nearer weather station. Suppose I am sitting in 20 kilometer far from the main city, but your Alexa is just taking the data from the internet and telling you the story and the temperature and the environmental air quality parameters or any parameters according to that weather station, not exactly the place where your device is there. So we have just placed our own sensors. With this device will tell you the exact room conditions of that particular place where device is available. But if you are asking from the internet, then it will just take the help from that place, but also tell you the story of that particular room. Okay, and also we won one, yes, GYT award. We have already told you, and the media coverage of the Parirakshak I have already discussed, and one the device named Kavach. Okay, Kavach is very I think interesting device for social distancing, and I think in the month of July it is now in the I think it will come in the market. Okay, and we have already I think several orders, more than 30,000 plus. We have already ordered from the different industries or government also. So we are just trying to develop it. Already we have developed, and it is mass production is going on. Uh, okay. Okay, just wait. Uh, I think already told by principal sir, our inside the copyright. Actually, if you want to make your reach up to international labeling all over the world, then try to write good books or good articles. I think we have 26 book right now in the market. Out of that, 20 books, authored books, right now in our account, and the detail of those books is there. Okay, and this is simple for rapid prototyping. Okay, Arduino meets MATLAB, and we have realized one Internet of Things application in automotive industries. The one we have written one book for agriculture. Yeah, Internet of Things enabled automation in agriculture. The another book for embedded system based on Atmega microcontroller. This is fantastic book. You can just go and pick this book and learn how to use Atmega microcontrollers. We have just already given several sketches of that board, ATmega 8, ATmega 16, 128, all the boards with proper diagrams, code related to interface the several devices with it. And then Arduino based embedded system. Earlier this was ATmega based, and as you are aware, Arduino also having ATmega 328, but the beauty of this ATmega 328 is having more flash memory. So this is what exactly our contribution as a copyright in the world. So I think Arun, thank you very much. If you want to check your patent, then InPass, you just search on the Google InPass, put your patent number on that InPass, and you can get the whole documentation which you have done or your patent attorney have done with respect to your patent. By putting that number, you can just have several documents regarding your patent. I think Arun, thank you very much.
Sir, I should thank you, sir, for taking out time in the busiest schedule.
Arun, I think I can take some queries from the audience.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'll take out some.
Queries. Arun, you can select any query from your side.
So, madam, since both of you are at the same place, one should be muted so it doesn't come an echo.
Okay, it's okay. Okay.
Ma'am, looks your internet connection is a bit slow. Your voice is breaking, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Arun, you can take any query. We are ready to answer if you want.
Yes, ma'am.
You can check the queries from chat box and we can answer.
I'll take a couple of questions, ma'am. Please.
Yeah.
So how much time it takes to grant a patent in our country?
Okay, a very interesting question, Arun, because it takes a lot of time in India. Actually, why I'm saying so, there is no hard and fast time period. On papers, it may be 2 years or 3 years, but there is no hard and fast rule for that. As we did my patent in 2014, and now we are getting the examination for those patents. So you see 6 years for the examination, and more 1 or 2 years can be done for the exam for the granting. So for India, due to the lack of the scientists and the examiners, with the maybe I don't know the reason, but due to some reason it takes time. 5-6 years it takes.
Yes. So one more question.
But nowadays, Arun, there is one facility. By putting more fees, you can go for the early examination also.
Okay.
That some legal process is there. With the higher processing fees, you can go for the examination in very less time.
So that way we can shorten the duration and get it early, you're saying, ma'am?
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Another question, is there any need of legal help while filing for a patent?
What, sir?
Is there any need of legal help?
Yes. Actually, no, not hard and fast. As a inventor, directly you can file with the Intellectual Property Office of India. But as an academician, because we don't know the legal wordings or the legal process, so I always prefer to go with some patent attorney. Go with some patent attorney. They will file your patent with some legal process and legal essence. So that will help you to get the examination well on time. So that is my opinion.
Okay.
Actually, in every big universities like in LPU also, we have patent attorney in our university itself. So that can be done through that patent attorney also. So in college, you can have a patent attorney.
Okay. Oh. How the copyright laws differ from the laws of intellectual property rights?
See, copyright is very much part of intellectual property right. It is not different. Maybe he want to ask about the patent and copyright.
Yes, ma'am.
See, IPR is having different parts. I told you, like copyright, patents, geographical indication, trademark, trade secret, all these. But copyright is different, as physically it is not having any appearance like any device, right? In copyright, your artistic work, your original work of writing comes under this, like your papers, your books, your music. Have you dubbed any kind of uh, painting that comes under copyright?
One more question, ma'am. Can you tell the present IoT R&D problems? Everyone are having IoT basics, but to solve the R&D problems, is there any guided path, madam?
Yes, Arun, we have lot of books, you know about it, and all these
Yes.
books are basically covering all the queries, I think. We have
Okay.
covered all the points and all the topics which can be done as R&D through Internet of Things and embedded systems. I can
Yes.
also share the content list if you want to share with your audience.
Yes, ma'am. Please share. I can share it. I will send an email to them.
Sure.
Yeah. So how can we extend our patent policy? Uh,
Means
Suppose
question
a
is not clear.
patent is valid for 12 years, ma'am.
20 years.
20 years. So if I want to extend it beyond 20 years, is there any possibility?
No, see, Arun, actually what happens,
Okay.
there is some period of time,
Okay.
right? So every some period of time we need to file the fee. It is not always, it is not like for 28 years is there, once I have filed the fees. No, I have to fill the fees again and again to have it for the 20 years after
Okay.
grants, right?
Okay.
But after 20, no, there is no other option. It is open for the market and anyone can use it.
Okay.
But for 20 years itself, you need to fill the fees again and again periodically.
Okay.
Yes.
So many are saying thanks to both of you, ma'am, because you have compiled such a wonderful information in a short duration. Many of the things most of us don't know, and it really takes more than a year to understand all these concepts by ourselves. But you have enlightened us in this aspect. Can I have Kirti sir to convey the vote of thanks, our coordinator?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm ready.
Principal sir, would you like to add anything before we end the session? Our principal sir? Let me check. Okay.
Maybe principal sir is not available.
He's in the session. Okay, sir. You can share the vote of thanks.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to thank such a wonderful speakers from LPU, and I felt like I want to summarize some of the things of this webinar. Necessity is the mother of invention. During the older days, patenting any developed or invented product was not so useful to humankind, since the products developed were for the upliftment of making in the aspects of medicine or livelihood. So many scientists who have developed many things have not patented their inventions. That's why polio vaccine developed by Jonas Salk was free, and that's the reason our India is completely free from polio. Okay, without such kind of greater persons, we could never visualize a healthy India like this. And one more thing, now I would like to add in this advanced zones, like during the recent days, everyone is much capable of thinking intellectually due to the advancements of technology. So patenting their invention has become a necessary need for any developed product or invention. So I have not only me, all the listeners who have listened to this webinar have gone through and have understood clearly the aspects of IPR, trade secrets, geographical locations, industrial designs, which were discussed by Dr. Anita Gehlot Madam, and several useful and what do you say, live examples which an engineer should think of, discussed by Dr. Rajesh Singh sir from LPU, and I convey my heartfelt thanks to both of them for enlightenment of our individuals. And one more thing which needs to be added before me concluding is like this is the way what Rajesh sir have discussed. Those are the ways to for our country to be developed, because those are the several examples, lifetime, what do you say, needs which has to be addressed as an engineer. So I really thank Rajesh sir for enlightening us, and Dr. Anita madam for giving a introduction of what IPR and IPR procedures could be. And not only we have one of the largest statue on earth, but we also have a largest working force. We, in the sense, we India. And this webinar is going to maybe uplift or guide or pave a path for several of our kind, our people, to work in several research areas and have patents maybe within a short period of time. I thank our General Secretary Sir Dr. G. Srinivas Reddy Garu, our Joint Secretary Sir Dr. D. Srinivas Reddy Garu, and our beloved Principal Dr. C. S. Srinivasari Garu, and our beloved HOD Dr. Venkareddy Garu for giving me such a wonderful opportunity for being coordinator to this webinar. And last but not the least, I sincerely thank my dear colleague and my brother G.S. Arun Kumar for making this event a live one, and by inviting such an excellent people of such high caliber and high capabilities. With this, I conclude my vote of thanks. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I hand over the thing to G.S. Arun.
Thank you, sir. Rajesh sir and Anita ma'am, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for spending your time. Participants are sending continuous messages that this is one of the most wonderful sessions they have attended, and it is very informative to them. You have enlightened in various aspects, and thank you so much, sir. Principal sir, can I have your time, please?
I've been checking.
Looks there is a
not available.
network issue. Looks there is a network issue. Yeah. Thank you, sir. A lot of questions are also coming up. I'll compile the few questions and send an email when you have time. You can send us the replay. I know you're.
Thank you, Anita madam, and thank you, Rajesh sir. Thank you, Anita madam, and thank you, Rajesh sir.
All the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Anita ma'am and Rajesh sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
It was a great session. Great session. Thank you.
So, Arun, if everything is ended, you can close the session.
Yeah, Kranti, can you please post the feedback links again so that they'll get the certificates, and then
that's what I wanted to convey, Arun.
Participants, all the feedback links are already shared. For the convenience, we are sharing it again. You can fill your feedback form in the corresponding batch. If you are from the batch 1, you have to fill the feedback form of batch 1, and so on. You will be getting the e-certificate immediately. Don't worry about it. It hardly takes 5 to 10 minutes. Once you have copied the feedback link and you have filled the feedback form, you may kindly leave the session. Thank you all for joining, taking out your time. I hope it was very informative.
Thank you, Arun, for getting such eminent people for me.
Thank you, sir.
Now, I suppose maybe you can end the session.
Yeah, I let the participants copy the link, sir. I will end it in few minutes.
Okay, yes, sir. We'll be waiting.